So it's like, they didn't even get them.
Well, it's, that's what I'm saying. When you have a plan,
I got that right.
when you have a plan, and most people when you're not a council man or woman worth your salt if you don't look at your community and say what could be. Okay, if we had this piece and we could pull this in and we can do this. Then there was a point at one time when the DNR, Department of Natural Resources, had a lot of, well, they still do, but it was the land behind Carriage Circle. Okay?
Yeah.
And it was, and they asked the city, we want to give you, do you have any plans? And Frank Guerrero, he was a community veteran, he said no. So then they put it up on the block in Matty Maroon Bar, okay? And that's 40, it was 40 acres back there with a lake, okay?
Yes.
You know, and so it's like, you gotta have, that's why I ask people, whoever gets you want to run for mayor, king, whatever, what's your plan? What is your plan?
Yeah.
Now, the Citizen District Council, if it's, because this is recognized in the allocation of these monies, now they done hooked up some kind of sham, Citizen District Council for the whole county.
They are a sham.
You know, a sham, because just like the water board, how many people from Pontiac you know on that water board?
I couldn't get on it.
Not too many.
They wouldn't let me get
Why
on
not? The plan is here, why not?
it. Exactly.
So is that the way it sits right now, Everett? Is there's a county orchestration?
There's a county orchestration that gives out, you know, of course, they
Well,
were,
somebody from the city, I don't know if it was the mayor or who it was deciding where the Pontiac money was to go.
yeah, one way.
We got a report, I was on that board, and she did it?
Yeah, you do.
Well, you know, and
Someone said that were you on the board?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, and every month there would be a report,
okay.
and the people who were allocated, you know, who were managing the money. I mean, I went to it, Sam Anderson and I both, we were on that board, and he, I mean, we both went with some suspicion because, wait a minute, you know, we've been on that for a long time.
Right.
This was
your
these
thing.
were our party,
Yeah,
these were our
right,
friends, you know,
yeah.
and this was our project. And I took a lot of reassurance because there was somebody from the city, I don't even remember now who it was.
Barry.
He was gone by then,
Okay.
Barry Smeets.
Yes.
Yeah, he was already gone, he
He was
retired.
in my district, yeah.
Yeah, but there was somebody in the mayor's office who was assigned to that, and it was somebody that I knew, and I thought, well, okay, you know, because the application still had to come in, and so, there was a gentleman who, really nice guy, and I'm sorry I didn't grab a folder, but but there was somebody who was over the construction projects, and there was a lady who was, Laura was, anyway, a really nice, a very nice woman. She had a staff of about 20 people who coordinated all the requests for fix my house, or I need this, or I need that, the ones that, you know, that your heart goes out to. And every month, or we met quarterly, and they would present what they'd accomplished. You got a nice report back. You know, each community was listed with what was done in each area. Well, you know, but she was saying that, I remember her saying, because she was a very sensitive person. She had health issues of her own, so she cared about people. And she explained, and the gentleman explained what they did during that previous quarter, how many houses were fixed, pretty much like the reports we used to get.
Right.
And, you know, that sometimes people could get it, sometimes they qualified, and sometimes they didn't. The house either needed too much work, and they couldn't do that, and that's been forever. Or they didn't qualify in terms of income, or what, I mean, but there was nothing unreasonable about it.
Mm-hmm.
And even the outlying communities, people from the other cities, were very supportive, you know, of Pontiac getting its fair share. So I didn't feel bad about it at all, because, you know, during our tenure, yours and mine and the other people, there were people who figured out ways to get that money who shouldn't have had it. Dan Mitchell was one of them, you know, and there were others, but that just, you you know, somebody sees that as a pot of money, what can I do with that, you know?
That's right.
Well, if you follow the, and I keep it, I know it's another word for it, the consolidated plan, but with that plan outlined, what is wrong, it's just like any plan that the doctor may give you to get well, the plan that you may have to improve, whatever it is, this is what, you know, is ailing your community,
Right.
okay?
Have
And
they had a consolidated plan in recent years? I don't know.
no.
Is it county organized or is?
No, it's supposed to be
You
city
know what,
organized.
it's
And then
city
each municipality,
But
every
is
city
it
in Oakland
currently
County.
county organized?
It's
are
county
they making the
administered.
Right, are they
Right
making
now.
the decisions?
Yeah.
Okay, the way I'm
And who advises the?
the way I'm gonna say it,
Somebody from the city.
I'm gonna say what the county did, somebody chose some HUD prerequisites for Pontiac,
Right, okay.
and that's in the county. And within those prerequisites, the MCRs and all them, only 5 people in Pontiac is gonna qualify every year.
Right.
Everybody else is gonna be denied.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Nothing.
Oh, they're gonna be denied. So by looking at that, and that's what I took to Gary Peter and Brenda Lawrence, and neither one of them wanted to touch it. If I went to Roll Oak or any place else, it does not have those requirements so stringent. The other requirement we got in Oakland County that's a cluster mess is that income tax, property tax. The city of Pontiac got rid of the assessor, let the county do it. That's one.
Okay.
The city also, Oakland County also, every year, Oakland County at tax sale or sheriff's sale, Oakland County pays the city 3 years in advance
Okay.
for all property tax.
Okay.
That's why if you went down and said, I'm behind my tax, you can't come to the council. Ain't nothing we can do for you because the city is paid in full. You are not
I try
behind.
to pay my taxes.
I understand, but there are, I'm just an example, but some people are not. Therefore, they cannot come to council because council will not take any house off that foreclosed list with the right to refuse. Because if we go to any of them, we're gonna get about 300 of them at one time.
Right.
That needs to be changed. So, because Oakland County will now pay the taxes and charge each homeowner 18% interest per year for being behind. Now, because you're behind, Oakland County borrows the money from another entity and then gives it to the city at a low interest. Now, what happened is, the county is using the same thing for the CBD money, that if this chair needs to get that home improvement loan, the county's gonna say 1 to 3% interest on the money because that's what they're doing with all the
And
rest
this
of
is
the.
black rent money, this is not supposed to, it's not supposed to be dealt with
I understand.
in that manner.
Right.
Okay?
But that's where the NIMS is. The NIMS is what we allowing them to manipulate.
Well,
That's
why is
why
that
we-
allowing that?
Wait, how do you-
let me clarify
Because
something.
we had, our big problems, you know it and you know it. Our big problems always came up because HUD they required absolute, clear follow-up. You had to, what is it, monthly or quarterly?
Yeah, you had
Every
to report.
request.
That's where our biggest failure came in at.
Let me
is the
say
follow-up
this,
and
and then we'll
making
bring
sure.
it back to the CDC.
Oh, okay.
Because bottom line is, what the mayor did was make a deal with Oakland County.
Right.
Yeah, but
So
that was
that
that money
she-
that we were.
So that she could manipulate the
Absolutely, she
money
can manipulate
Well,
money.
and
Exactly.
control the money.
well,
That's why she didn't wanna bring it back to Pontiac, because we approached the council and Bert about bringing it back.
No, I-
We even had a fiduciary to run it, but at lower cost than county. Now, I'm not knocking either one, I'm just saying bringing it back to city council, to CDC. Because we can go all day and talk about what went wrong or what's good right.
Are you
but,
aware of what's going on right now or not?
uh,
'Cause I don't know
Not
what's
really,
going on.
because like I
No.
said.
What's
we
going on
were
right
blocked. As associations, block club, we were blocked from this information. I went out and retrieved the information using people like Jim and Monica and other people in the know that was able to get the meetings or find out about meetings that we weren't allowed, weren't made, mention to. So, that's why I say, my portion is the importance of the CDC. Like I say, there's so much stuff that we can stay here all day, but she gotta go fast. And, like I say, I wanna
Tell you
keep
what,
this at the
briefly,
CDC.
Yeah, let's make
We've been
this
wanting
a
to
series.
bring the community block grants back into the city, but the mayor has 2 consultants that she wants to bring in to train the city how to do, block grants, okay?
Oh, wow.
Basically. And she tried to put it in last year's budget, but we're thinking it's too much. But then there is the case that the county would charge us more to come in and do the same thing. But then you don't even know she's gonna be in office, there's no sense of continuity there.
Well,
And
doesn't,
then wait, and it gets worse.
HUD trains
She
their people,
says,
don't they?
And pardon?
Doesn't HUD train the people who work on that?
Yeah,
We're
HUD-
trying to
There
get-
should be no cost for that.
Yeah,
Right.
and they won't, we've
Right.
been trying to get a HUD official to speak to us.
Who
but
is
that
your
hasn't
HUD official
happened.
for your area?
I don't know, do you?
No.
But listen, this is
Every
what,
area has
this
one.
is what's going on. So the mayor says that Oakland County has told her that even though our agreement is till 2023, don't know exact date, I'd have to look it up. Well, we can break that. The county says we can break that as long as we have qualified people in here to run the program. Well, our legal counsel, Monique Sharp, contacted them directly, and, the HUD, and they said, nope, you're in that until such and such 23. So I don't know, that's what's going on. I
You're
just
in
wanted
the
to-
agreement until 2023?
Yeah, but the mayor says we can break it, so who do you believe? I don't know.
They told us, Oakland County has told us that we can have
They
that
will?
whenever we get ready. But the key point is, you have to put a community development director
That's
back
it.
in that office.
That's right.
And
That's
open
right.
that office.
And how are we accomplishing that? Her plan or have the county?
We can't hire anybody.
That's interesting, I mean, for a city.
That's what's going on right now.
That's a DPW department.
It's
you
been
know.
on
The
our
city
agenda
council
off and on
can't
for
make a
about
resolution to hire
3
anyone,
weeks.
but the mayor could in collaboration with the city council.
Exactly.
Right.
But
And
she wants her
that's
peop-
what needs
she
to
wants-
happen, isn't it?
She wants her
Yes.
people,
Gotcha.
and
And that's why I say if we had more voices that understood the powers of the CDC,
Actually,
then we could
you
force
do.
that.
But there's the
You
power
actually
and the
have-
responsibility.
You actually
have to
have
that
the
part
state
out.
statute.
Yeah, we got the
It's
state
not real
statute.
money that we can all decide to play with.
Oh, that's, I'm not even.
That's from 1945.
Yeah.
You have a state, right.
Right.
It's from 1945?
Right.
Do
It's
what's
still-
necessary
That's why
to
council
get
members
it
are
back
not part of
to
the
doing what they're
CDC.
supposed to
You
do.
can hire up to 24
And
people
we
in your
have a
district
voice in that.
that's right.
to represent
If we don't use it,
themselves.
And we used to
then we
appoint
just
them.
let it.
You get to pick your own office. You
So
get,
can we
you get
get-
the money and buy your own building.
Yeah.
You can hire your own
Are you
people.
itching to leave,
You know,
Claudia?
but I just want, I'm gonna just add this addendum on, because you're in the planning,
In charge of
and as I was expressing when I came up here, Holly is in a position to be picked badly over, because there's no more, God is not making any more land.
That's right.
And this is where a lot of people are feasting their eyes upon, okay, to make a quick buck. Now,
Sounds like several have already done it.
trust, but
Yes.
with this document and other documents, when we left office, before something went to the planning, you know, you got to get over the planning, then it can go ahead, it had to, what is the impact on M1 to the district?
They had to go to
people?
CDC
They had to go to
first.
CDC.
Absolutely.
They want to know the ins and outs
That's right.
of what the impact
A
would be.
good presentation covering all
Okay,
details.
Yeah.
because and when you had that around the city, when everybody had that around the city, you had the people being a vanguard.
That's right. And
Right.
we also had
Well,
Jim
that's-
Milton.
You know?
That's the nature that needs to be restored.
Yeah. Being a
Absolutely.
vanguard.
Which is-
People
And
in
they
the
wasn't trying to
vanguard
stop stuff, they just wanted the answer,
Yeah, they-
because they had the answer to their people,
Absolutely.
and they, you know.
And that did occur with M1. I fought with M1 and Racer Trust. I told Racer Trust they don't have a damn thing to do with us. And, federal, they can go clean up and and march the hell out. Racer Trust came and said M1 because we gave it to General Motors to Plan 3
Mhm.
that the property goes back to the city of Pontiac. My colleagues, before you were there, they all voted that we don't want any real estate.
See what I'm saying?
That's the stupidest thing in the
Yeah,
world.
that's what Rick Garrett did with the land over there, right? We
Right.
have no, and but see, here's the caveat that went with that, and this is how they got away with it. That land was contaminated, okay? So therefore, but if you put a cap on it, a three,
Racer Trust was allowed to go through and not dig in China and say you can dig this far, no deeper, because it's called buried treasure below there. You can't go there,
Yeah.
which is 18 feet. You can't
Or
go 18
toxic
feet.
waste.
Well, we can't say that.
you know,
But anyway, that's what happened.
yeah, okay.
So therefore, when GM moved out, we gave them the land. They gave the land back to us.
Right, right, right.
And the council and the mayor agreed to sell it and give it away.
So will the council see the
Well,
CDCs as a valid, viable?
I'm just going by what state
They
law
shall.
says,
Oh,
and this is
yeah,
what the
well, I haven't
people,
heard anybody
this is
say
how the
that.
people
It's-
organize.
Okay.
Well,
Not
but
to
To
get
get
what
federal
happened-
money, it should be made.
Well,
Well, you have-
but,
Correct.
The council.
but
and
how
mayor
did the
stopped sharing
CDCs get
information
away
with the district.
from being
But most of
represented?
the district,
Oakland County,
CDC.
they're taking over the
Right.
assessment,
That the,
and Oakland County, because if the city county did not want to go after, after this bottle for property tax, Michigan made a law that says that the city can give their debt
how I-
collection to the county.
Okay.
He has
Now, the county will
you
make
know,
you whole.
he has his-
Right, but what I'm
Information
saying is how do we
out.
reverse that?
And he puts stuff on there
How do
too.
we-
Well,
Not the rest of them?
see, that's another thing, and when you drive
Because the
out-
city council has the power to make that resolution, and if you had a new mayor, the mayor may choose to.
What we need is a city manager. We, don't need a mayor, we need a city manager.
Well,
One-
it's
one that
down
can't
the
be-
road.
Neither city manager or mayor, the point is that the people part, what he's
Right,
asking
exactly,
is that
exactly.
it didn't destroy the structure of both from HUD, which mandates a citizen district council,
Absolutely,
citizen council,
absolutely.
and then from state law, which,
Okay.
so I would just say is the lack of will of the people.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
You have standards.
That's why I can operate with no problem.
but could we
But I
depend
still
on the city council
have to have
to facilitate that standard?
I can bring
Well, I think like
information back to my.
Well-
with anything.
I would go to HUD
I-
and make them require it.
I would,
Before we give you any more money, you've got to have the thing in
Well,
place.
I tell you what,
That's a good
the
point. That's a great
the
point.
place, Robert, that I would
Yeah,
start,
that's a great point.
I would
Absolutely.
start with the assessment of the property in Pontiac.
Good idea.
And the reason I would do that because those 13 schools got sold, nobody filed a
Property
property
transfer
transfer affidavit,
affidavit.
which must occur within 45 days that you are the owner.
Uh-huh.
And if you don't, you lose the property, because it goes back to the county.
It's
So the
not-
schools never did it, so they sitting there because Pontiac nor Oakland County has a land bank. So you got the county treasurer and his employees acting as cherry pickers,
That's right, amen.
taking property in Pontiac and making it not available to the public during the sheriff's sale.
And giving it to people.
They take things off the record. So you need to start with assessment, you need to know all the property in Pontiac, who's not paying taxes on that property.
He's right.
Well, you shared that with me,
This is worse than-
but like I said, the reason I
That's right.
called this body together is so that y'all can say what I've been saying all the time. I've got the voice, and I've used my voice for over 40 years. That's why I can go to council people and ask for information and get it. I don't just rely on my own. I go to all the council people, especially when they have a particular thing that I can use. I go to all of them. I have that relationship. But the people do not understand the power
Right.
of a CDC
Right.
and how wide ranging
No, I
it
keep
is,
trying to
other than
explain.
just the block grant funds.
Some of my
We
residents
have
haven't been
the
around that long,
ability
you just don't
to
know.
change the mindset of not only council, but the mayor. If we got more than one or two voices speaking toward that end.
Exactly.
Because we get to control our own destiny. They don't control our destiny. They're there for us. They're our lawyers. These are our attorneys.
Right.
I have to just
Yeah.
interrupt you for 1 second. My district now has something called a D2 community group.
Yeah.
And all they do is talk about artwork in every town, and the mayor comes in and gives their agenda. They spend very little time talking about the problems that people have at Stonegate, because it's a homeowners association, they have a different set of problems. We don't need to hear you here, they've been told. They don't wanna talk about the crime, or, just the infrastructure, anything that concerns the neighborhood. They weren't really talking about it very much. And so when I try and tell the people who may have only lived here 10 years or 15 years, I said, there was this thing called the Citizens District Council, and this is what we did. And then I explained, and I sat on that. Then I told them she's been a chair, and then Mona Hoffmeister sat on it, and this is what we did. And they just look at me blankly.
Then I think, then here's what needs to be done when we need this, and just keep this in mind. We need to reestablish the standing of the citizen.
Yes.
Agreed. Agreed.
okay?
Yeah.
Then get the annual, what was the last annual report, which they never published or even put in?
Which report?
Yeah.
You're talking about the comprehensive annual financial report?
No, from Blackburn.
From
Oh, Blackburn,
Okay.
yes, they published it. I think it came in the mail, what, fall or winter? It's not too long ago, because I was wondering if I was still on that
No,
board.
it's another one that, it's like the one that HUD gives, the administrative body.
Oh,
To say how you met your goals, where you, okay?
All right,
Did
well,
you-
the county should have that, shouldn't they?
Yes, they should,
Okay.
they should, okay?
That's what I go through to find out that the housing commission
yeah, 2017,
failed
16.
all their housing inspectors.
Yeah.
And they weren't entitled to any money, but they came to us for Cary Circle to sell it to them for $1 after they owed us $43 million.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's something that's very fishy about the housing commission anyway,
New Jack City?
because of the fact
Oh,
of,
yeah.
of the property around the lakeside.
We got another one.
You know, that all of a sudden, I mean, it's too much, it reeks. But I'm saying, let's
It
just
really
find out
reeks.
where we at.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
because if it takes the council, Randy, to reaffirm the 2021 for 2 year, whatever year term that is on there, then we should proceed that way,
Right.
okay?
Agreed. Yeah.
And then you're standing by. Other than that, then that's when we protest,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
That you can't shut out the people because
Yeah,
this where we go pick
Yeah.
our favorite
Oh,
people.
there's
That-
who
labor
gets up
there.
there.
That's
That's
also
not-
a policy issue in the election.
Yeah, yeah, that is a policy, it is.
Absolutely.
It is a policy
Absolutely.
issue, you know,
Absolutely.
on that, and bringing back the community development department,
Absolutely.
okay?
Yep.
In some sense,
All this money is coming into the community for the neighborhoods.
yeah, for the neighborhood.
Well,
They should be the ones who are making that case.
was the community development department the one that the block grant people worked out of? Was
Yeah,
that why
yeah.
it was dissolved when they moved it to Oakland County?
Yeah, that's what they, and see, actually, in most cities who don't have a community development, it is under the planning, we don't even have a planning department. They put the block grant under the planning. It's always dealing with the growth, or dealing with land that you wanna develop, or destroy blight, or whatever that you want to do with it. However, see, if we got only just $500,000, you know, maybe, but they give, I mean, you're talking about, UDAG, okay, housing and urban grants, you're talking about housing development grants, you're talking about,
You're talking millions now.
you're talking about millions now
That's right.
dealing with these urban, because let's face it, I don't know if there's any Republicans in here, but,
If
It
they
won't,
are,
it
then-
won't, it won't matter.
you know, but,
The oil and gas mineral reserves
you know,
to receive money from that also.
you know, but the mere fact is that I'm ashamed of these urban areas that have Democratic in there, and they get these tons of black money, and there's no, what I try to do on the east side, I said, no, I'm doing the housing, I'm gonna clear block, but I'm gonna weed and seed. I'm gonna take down the block, I'm gonna put in housing. A lighthouse said, let us help you, okay, and they leveraged it and so forth. And all this,
That's what should be happening with this money that's
yeah,
coming.
and you get people leveraging it,
Absolutely.
okay?
Absolutely.
And surprisingly, just like the deal you struck up, which everybody wanna take credit when it comes through, we didn't have a place for recreation, you know, and you went over there and you got
That's
with the
right.
mortgage company, you
Right.
know,
That's right.
and all of that, you getting all
But
these,
Carter took the credit, right?
I know, you weren't even.
you got all these
You know, can I
companies coming
say-
in, if
can
you
I
got a
also
plan,
say-
they'll say, well, you
Can
know,
I
can
also
help
say
part
this,
of
I
it."
gotta
That's
say
right.
this.
Right.
That's right.
Mr.
Okay,
Randy.
is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
good,
Yep.
okay, and just give them a part to do.
Absolutely.
They also
That's-
took credit
That's
for,
exactly what we
the
need to be
bicycles.
doing right now.
That's what,
Yeah.
But
It's
Mr. Randy,
June.
with the head
Yeah.
injury,
You know, we got
was
100
over
days
there
before
helping
it's
fix the
policy
bicycles and
time.
load
It's
them.
policy time.
And then everybody
Policy
else
time.
shows
New
up
guy
for the
or
photo op
new
the
girl
next day.
or
They're
whoever
getting on
comes in.
bicycles. Well,
You
over
can
to
use
the
plan.
Randy, way
Absolutely.
over than they are.
Absolutely, and
You know?
Hey, Randy
I
said
gotta
that's a
think
lot.
that-
No, but he knows
But
what
the
I
city
mean.
council
They're only like
can have an
20-something,
impact
30 years
on
old.
that.
Or the
Look
city-
at me.
You know?
But he
You're
was
talking
over there.
about
That is.
fine tuning.
Mhm.
Load the
Okay.
bicycles and help fix
It's just like,
Yeah,
didn't you,
that's
just like
great.
when both
We got so
the,
many
Amazon and the mortgage company came in,
Right.
didn't nobody think of the impact of the traffic that it was gonna have
Exactly.
on the,
Or
on
they
the,
hit on jobs and
on
we can't
jobs and then
prove
how
all
you
the-
articulate?
Last
So,
30 years, we've
But
been
It's
down
gonna
this
be the
stuff.
worst
This time
thing
for
that's
some-
happened
but
in
we can
Oakland
slow,
County.
we can
in
slow
years.
walk this, I'm telling you, we can slow walk this to the point whereas it'll be the best idea, because I'm gonna tell you, they're busy running their company and the city trying to balance it. But if they have a solid plan and people who are thinking on, that, you know you do the planning.
Yep.
You put something out here, and it works. You take it back to the table, readjust it, they don't have time to do all that.
They're not going to do all that. They're basically gonna take what they can and run.
Right,
And to
okay?
your point regarding.
That's what they did with Amazon.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that is pathetic.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, and nobody recognizes the impact that that's going to have on retail and the impact it's going to have on small business.
You know, small bit, right.
It's gonna just strip it out. It's
Yeah.
gone.
Well, that's what, you know,
I
that
don't wanna
is.
run y'all's meeting.
That is the
All I
thing
just
with
want is just
society as a whole right now, is that these greedy, excuse my term, these greedy bastards,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, are coming in, I mean, just like with this marijuana thing.
Well, I didn't go through your.
Where's that at? Okay?
Because I saw what you were like, and I
That-
told
that
Claudia,
apparently-
all the long
I'll fight
time
that- I'll fight you now.
Where's that at?
I don't want nothing to do with it, but I made a one agreement with my people, my district, and I was a public. I want one community development project, I want pop for potholes. I said, on Walton Boulevard or Giles and the Ball, if there's a
I
pothole,
knew the
I don't want the city involved, I don't want no city employees involved. Take the money out of this fund and have somebody who can fix that pothole. That's all, I don't want no other city involved, other than guaranteed payment.
Well, I think you're
what's going
gonna
on.
Well, they
benefit
know
the
it's there.
community.
What they want to do is
Okay,
be
on
separate.
dollars generated
Yeah,
because of
but-
community benefits.
They want to be separate.
I want to get away from the city and that revenue sharing, I just want money
Well,
in
it won't be
funds.
City needs to
It won't be
address.
revenue sharing, it'll be
From the
something they
beginning,
have
they've
to do in
had
order
And their
to
funds are off, like,
qualify.
you know,
And they've
you have your
already
own stuff, and we don't need to help.
admitted that they're going to benefit and give community
A lot of them
benefits,
think
but I haven't heard a word about
I
what that
see,
is.
I see so many weed companies that coming, and all I'm gonna say is that they're gonna weed themselves out. If you sell Superman and you sell Mickey Mouse, then pretty soon, this one store can combine both of them and drop the price down. You just weeded all the rest of the weeds out. I just want a commitment to a project that the money comes in, no matter how it comes
The
in.
project is done.
Exactly, and the people will see it.
Well, there you go.
Guess what?
Nothing else.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you, Claudia.
All right. I'm so heavily bound, I'm no earthly
He was
good.
going through all his old files
Hey.
and reads the
What
word
gets us through it
all the ones in there.
Thanks for the insights.
Well, I don't know that I was that much help.
No, no,
Let's
no,
make this a
Oh,
standing meeting.
Yeah.
no, you were
So
there.
we're gonna figure out, we're
We're
gonna
gonna
figure out a
see.
standing meeting, we got 100 days.
We should,
We got 100 days to develop a policy that can be supported by the city council and comes from the community.
All right.
You
Okay?
know,
Sounds like a plan.
you know, it's interesting when you mention that, because when I look at this downtown,
Husband, Bob.
Can't.
I got the list of all the addresses of all the buildings. But right now, since, the Bob Wan, Kim Shepherd stuff, each block only has one, maybe two addresses. Because these buildings are separated by the alley.
Right.
We had, the address in the front of the building is not the same as the address in the back of the building. That alley is a street, it's not an alley.
There's an address for the back.
That one over there is called, the one over there is called Oak, behind Seven.
No, that's west. That's the west alley.
I got the name, I got the maps of the buildings and the
Oh.
stores.
Okay.
Because we had more business underground than we had above
That's
ground.
true.
That's why we had all the parking structures over that way.
So you're saying that the alley is not Oak, that the store is Oak?
No, the alley is a street named
Not
Oak.
really an alley. It is now, but it wasn't.
I understand.
I'm
That's why.
telling him.
Yeah, okay.
You're thinking it was a street?
And I know it's a
Yes, it
street.
was.
And the businesses were on that side. That's why if you go there now and take a tour, you'll see the numbers in front are not the numbers in the back.
That's right. 'Cause my mother's 87,
I
and
gotta
I'll
check
tell
that
you,
out.
Yeah.
they went to all those businesses that were.
Wow.
So now they have one address, like the building next to the courthouse. The whole building's now called 100. So they got rid of all the individual tax parcels
Wow.
that were individual business owners,
Interesting.
and now they control it only a whole block.
Right.
They got rid of the addresses.
What is the,
Wow.
has anybody seen, have you seen the plan? I mean, remember they used to update the annual plan, for the city of Pontiac, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like,
How-
you plan.
Talking about the master
The
plan?
master plan?
There's nothing in it.
Planning the line?
Yeah.
I've heard another
You know I was
plan.
glad.
Yeah.
I just
The ideal thing to start right now would be to go with the parcel numbers that are in Pontiac. Identify all 58,000 of them.
2008 to 2012.
And it's no, I can pull it out of my phone. It's only a computer list. Should be able to pull it up just like the one I have on my
What she's
phone.
been doing is.
And then we can
using
put a
old
freeze on all
information
property
and letting
tax for
county
all
put,
these that are paying.
additional
Because
addendums
we
to
got
it.
30,000 people that are not paying any
Was stuff
property
that we
tax.
met and put them
That's a
in.
lot of,
That's probably true.
that's a lot of
I
profit.
read it.
You can call them all churches if you want to, but they're all nonprofit.
But they don't even have pilots, payment in lieu of taxes?
No.
I mean, somebody just get off scot, I mean, somebody should.
Oakland County assessors not doing their job. If they would, then the property would be assessed automatically
Well, so
every year.
what do you think about the new treasurer then that starts in July that's already working there with Danny Meisner? What do you think?
I think we
Should
ought to
we be
do
hopeful?
just like I'm suggesting right now. In other words, there you go, right there.
Because he's giving this land, giving
Wow.
in some cases,
Parcel.
and to some nonprofits, and I'm
And
telling
the
you, I
value.
won't name them right here,
No, if I
but
move to
they,
red now
and on the
and
borders
sort
of
all
District
these
1 and
zeros
all of
out.
District 2, they don't take care of a single
They
piece
gotta
of
take
that
care
land.
of the property.
It's
That's
this
the whole
high,
thing.
the grass
think
is
that
this
You
high.
know, you gotta take care of the property,
And
okay?
they're not, and
Because you
these
go
are
have
even
grass,
residents.
you go have dumping, and you go have all kind of things, and you just gonna let it be there?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because
And
my-
I report them
Well, if I
to
went out to the county and looked at their website
About
and I
Henderson
said,
Street,
oh, it's
listen
not
to Bachman
available.
off. And
I
it's
said,
on
I'm a
Patricia's
webmaster.
side.
I can go ahead
It's on
and
the
do
east
this.
side.
What was the thing he gave us
5
earlier?
to 6 years. My
Oakland
argument has been, when
Oakland County
the council
Explorers? Did you
before
find it there?
That's where all,
They said
all the
that
court cases I
no
submitted
lots
are all there.
sold us, and they were gonna
In full.
review.
Yep. And the
So-
preference would go to the,
We did this would
Neighborhood
identify
property,
all the
yes.
property owners.
Okay,
Did you take my
but,
pen?
somehow.
You know, there should be a
our
city
changed.
ordinance,
No, I don't think so.
Randy, as it
Well,
relates
maybe it is, I
to,
don't know.
that's the state ordinance, but it references the state ordinance.
Let me see.
Whenever time we put
Chip on it.
someone
No,
on the
that's
citizen
yours.
district council, or whatever, that we had a public hearing according to so and so and so and so, that backs that up, that has that, I'm just trying to think, how would we find that, okay? Because you, as you know, just like state law, you know, then the ordinance with the city, there has to be an ordinance with the city that accepts that.
Right.
I understand.
And I've been down there to check on certain
Well, let me see.
ordinances and
What he's
things
talking
that I
about.
knew was there.
Taxes.
That
That's us.
the
Which would be,
emergency
that'd be
could
the
not
ideal
get
place
rid
I
of.
would go to,
I've been told by.
remedy, because there's no
executive
land
staff
bank in Panic or
that
Oakland County.
those
Doesn't
ordinances
exist.
don't exist anymore, the emergency
Mr.
management.
Dad
got
Allen
rid of
Brooks
all
But
that.
there's no more
They said it would never be
money,
the
They
okay?
did not do that.
And so the ordinance is there, you didn't write, just clear the books and there's no more.
Only ordinance that
Hiring
emergency
they're
manager
so
changed
Pardon me?
was those that
The
applied
relationship
to
with
what they
Oakland
were
County
doing.
is
Oakland County
Right.
receives
But
all
all
their
those other
money
ordinances is still
by our
on the book,
crime
but you
stats.
won't show us where they're at.
I have it
If
home.
Panic has crime, Oakland County makes money.
I
You
don't
have
think
a
I got
child
it here.
Yeah.
I think I
If,
have
if
all the
a
old, most
woman
of the
has
old
a child
ordinances
support
in the
case,
city code.
say Pontiac,
I also have.
you have a
the
city
state of
charter
Michigan gets 3 times that amount of money back from the feds. I know for a fact. I had to deal with,
The school district,
with,
the school district is the only
Charlie Harris.
entity that I know
Former
of
rep.
that got rid of.
I went there to ask him. He said for every child support check
Information like
that the
I'll
state
tell you,
or
they
the
don't
county
have all
sends
my school
out,
records.
the state gets 3
They
times
don't,
that
they
amount of
only
money
have,
from the
they,
feds.
they're like my final grade,
So,
it's not there, like there's
If the
something.
county
wrong
wants to
this
use
semester
our
and,
crime stats
Because
and
it's
statistics
crazy.
that are,
And I had the same thing happen when I
people
went to
in
get some
need,
records for my son.
then they make it money handling
It didn't
fair.
happen. People
And there's no
didn't
reward to show anybody in the city.
And all of the services that are so bad. They're terrible. They provide terrible services.
you need
Did
this
you
back?
finally get
No, no,
my
you
vocals?
won't.
so you
Oh,
can
great.
read it, or you
And
literally
here it
talking
is
about
right here,
me?
from Brooks Patterson to,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, 'cause
county
everybody has
executive
to
with
be
that
on
out.
your
I
side
look
too.
at you
That
got
Oakland County will not
And I go
have a
like
land
this.
bank.
Everybody else,
But-
on the council, whatever, they all put their
Well,
glasses
what
on,
year
I
was
take
this?
them off.
Right,
just like
Maybe
you.
it was
right.
probably
I
Just like you.
2012.
I look right over it.
Can't see down the road, but I can see all this. My husband's different.
So a
He
land
has
bank
like
can
10
only
foot
take
arms.
property that's unsellable, that's damaged, or that has clouded titles.
I was waiting for you to say ubiquitous though, Everett.
No, my-
I was watching you on the
Yes, we
original,
are.
the
Yeah.
redistricting.
Bad.
Right.
Bad.
We were watching you and I go, do you think he's gonna say ubiquitous?
Ubiquitous.
Right. So the problem on council is that I only get one
My
vote.
favorite word.
So when they tell you got the 4 votes, they win. So then you're screwed. So Robert,
Yes, sir.
I think I think we need to find our property in Pontiac, kind of like the list I have here, get it updated, and find out who those 30,000 people that's not paying taxes.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted, because I'll be bringing the school up pretty soon. They'll be on one of the lists, because if they're not gonna use them, then they gotta do something with them, they can't stay. Because if they, schools continue to stay, and they're not paying.
Formerly known as schools,
Yeah.
because the school did sell them for the state treasurer, Andy Dillon.
They're still, instead of they still there deteriorating, then what's the point in allowing them to stay if you don't allow
Let me
residents?
tell you,
That's
people-
right.
People are salivating there. You got most of the school sits on minimum 2.5 acres.
Absolutely.
You got some
They
sit
sit
on
on
5
lakes.
acres.
Yeah.
Sit on, you
Mine
know.
are separated so you
You
know.
know.
The field next to Washington
Yeah,
does not come with the building.
yeah.
So everything they try to propose is absolute, I'll just say, tell you crap.
Mhm.
Because you can't run a fire lane, you can't do that right next to
What
the
are they
building, you can do
proposing
that.
for? I heard you was mentioning that. What are they proposing for?
It's actually a homeless shelter, but they're calling it permanent supportive housing for the chronically homeless. Look up the definition of chronically homeless. It's a homeless shelter and a skill center. And it's only 20 to 25 feet away from the residents on Chippewa.
But I don't have it, but see, it's like anything.
it's not
I don't
main
get-
artery
it's
either.
talking
The
about
president
apartment
of Highland
buildings or
Park down
whatever.
there.
What did they call it again?
Called
Permanent?
ACES, adolescents.
Permanent supportive housing
Adolescents,
for the chronically homeless.
Chronically homeless.
Look it up on
Something
this
empowerment.
definition.
So, once you graduate
bad.
from
or
there, where do you
education,
go?
adolescent.
What?
Once you
controllable.
graduate.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, I mean.
We're supposed to all sing kumbaya and help them develop skills, and they'll help them
Which
develop
means prison.
skills.
And then how do you one
We haven't
get
I don't
changed
know.
much.
from,
And it's a mixed population too, which upsets me.
It-
You would have
it
development disabled
confined
in
it-
there maybe with people who are criminals?
see,
No,
no,
they can
Educational.
come
see,
free.
that's
Yeah.
what bothers me,
Has to
I'm all
change.
for, really, I wanna do it,
Across
I wanna
all
do
of
a piece, but I'm gonna do it out, with a boot camp.
It's now going to be the
Well, I wanna
next
say
trillion dollar
either,
business.
court orders,
Those
or,
people belong in family group homes,
I
is
know.
where they
you know,
belong, not with criminals.
That's
and,
why.
and these younger
Dylan-
guys
that's why
who,
being on council,
got
dealing
one
with the
fella, whatever,
schools.
to teach them skills.
Whenever we had a
construction,
public meeting,
whatever it
for
is,
M1,
building electrical board,
I went
whatever.
over
Yep.
Having
and
their
got
own
the attorney
residence,
from the
Yep.
school
and
district to
doing
come
it
down
away from,
and
Exactly.
elaborate.
okay, but,
I said,
you know,
sir,
but that even
does the
requires
city,
great
does the school district
management.
need money?
You can't
Yes.
say that you have
Thank
something
you.
for the
You got a
chronic,
public opinion.
because they
I
got
want
the
to
middle.
see a skilled
If
trade
nobody
center
shows
right
up
at Washington.
for
They're doing this
public,
good,
yeah,
right, a
meeting,
vocational,
That's what I
right.
want.
that
Okay.
landlord gets 100%
Like
Like
tax rebate.
internships in maybe,
That's what you
or maybe
need.
some kind of business we
Nobody
could,
from
but
the
that would be
library would
great
ever show
because
up.
we
And
do
nobody
have
from
all
school
types, but
showed
some
up,
people
so I
are
went
older,
out and
they're no
got the
longer in
people
high
to show
school,
up.
but they're still kind of young. You know, they might be
What
30
age
years
group are
old.
they gonna work with the chronically
You know,
homeless?
You
the
see what I'm
cons that
saying?
have been
There is
going
no-
on,
To everybody.
Continue.
And I'm just saying, I don't want them
And
here to
yet,
adventure lives, I don't
this
support
I don't
moment,
think
it.
that-
this moment for the
no, that
next,
is
I don't
not-
know,
But
several,
I would like to have
several
somebody else
months,
come
maybe
along
a
with
year
this,
and a half.
skilled trade
Is-
center.
is-
They're
Yeah,
really
that would be,
Biggest-
yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
the organizational
venture,
and dollar driven,
part of ocean.
income.
I've been on the ocean
We're
board.
gonna
I don't
try.
want OSHA, but I hate venture.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge amount of money that never showed before that needs to be controlled by the people.
They didn't get it.
Yes.
Absolutely,
And I
Wow.
absolutely.
appeal to them. to help
And it's
this
so
one lady,
important
the roof,
that the education
raining inside the house.
becomes something that is consumable
Could not.
by citizens so that they can make an objective decision.
I actually have a map that I had to do for my residents. The school district is giving out Chromebooks, but they're not giving out hotspots, even though by law they have
Yeah,
to.
see, I don't either.
They're refusing to do that. So I had to go to my residents and go to Comcast and AT&T and show them there
Oh,
are
Lord, have
I
mercy.
said, what you mean? what-
miles and miles of area in my
What
district
you
that
mean
has
by
no
money?
hotspots by
I
Comcast.
said, money that has not been directed yet.
Didn't Comcast,
I
didn't they
said,
willing to do
unallocated
something?
funds.
The $10, right.
Well, I know the $10 essential program, but I just heard.
Now, see, I think they don't do too badly when they do rehabs of houses, houses, you know, or rehabs of houses or small
Here you go.
apartment buildings.
Is
They
it
don't do
Comcast?
great, but
Here's my
I think they
district.
do okay.
Here's my
But every
district.
time they try and do a large
It knows all the
project,
streets.
every time they do a, well, sometimes they
that are
partner
north
with
of
Solution,
Columbia,
but
there is no
the large
hotspots
projects,
available
they
for those
almost always
kids.
get rejected wherever they go across the state
Oh,
of
I'm
Michigan.
sorry.
Because
Here
they
you go.
change their plans, they
think-
buy,
I
they
think-
don't have
I
plans,
think,
they saw they can get
So
people
those
no
kids-
plans.
That's
Wants to do
that's my
something
point.
about
You know,
that.
they
I just recall
either-
reading
The
that.
school district,
The community centers they
And
have,
they can't get
and then
contact
there's,
or either.
The school district is sending
the
them
Coco
In that
Center,
program.
Right.
you just
The
go
school
there.
district-
emergency relief.
Yeah.
the
they
school
have
district is
emergency-
sending a school bus
That you
to the
could
school.
afford.
And the
No.
kids are gonna sit there and download, but here's the killing part, Monica. They're downloading their lessons, but the
They
teachers
need
want them to
think
print it out on a color
small,
printer.
More local, and stop.
And sit and send it back in.
Nobody
This
wants
has
it, they
been
are
the
not
biggest
equipped to do.
exposure of how
They don't even get the.
Oh,
no
yeah.
dollars
They just-
ever
it
went
looks
to
like a kid just
professional
went.
development
Oh my God,
around
this
how
looks
to
good.
use technology
And that's my
in a
projection.
productive
to reach the
fashion for the
value.
kids.
Which is the reason I wanted to use royalty-free textbooks for all the kids
I
to
was
go to college.
involved in that. Hey,
Because every year, a damn professor goes through and changes curriculum by changing one thing and said, you gotta pay $500 to get my
You're not
book.
gonna monitor it like you should.
I got WRC all.
Aye.
They've been out of it as well. They've been all of
They
education,
didn't
including
have
higher
any
education.
infrastructure study or water study, they're full of, you
40%
know
of the
what?
kids are
And
never
I
going
called
back.
Miss Julie Roth and I said, hey.
Now, what does that mean?
No,
Well,
they
that
do
means that
not,
the
let me
product
check.
that is
You're
being
right, they do
produced
not,
is
so she said to me,
being
no, they do not.
rejected out
And
of
I
hand.
showed the council, but they'd already voted.
So this is that moment that
Thought it would be a
we're
good
going to
idea.
have
And I showed it
an
to Teresa, I
opportunity.
said,
If-
off to the side. I said,
and I
"See
would
this?
appreciate that.
You guys don't do this.
A lot of times you think my views are so,
She's
the
like,
reason I didn't want, the reason I didn't want
We
broadband,
always love talking to you,
the reason I
Randy.
didn't want broadband is that on
I know.
5G,
And I tried to tell him, he's- he
per the
was mad at me
requirement,
at
the
the time.
lowest of the lowest
Well, I
of the
learned before this.
lowest
I said,
is
I
50
can't tell
megabytes
you.
per second.
I'm not letting you go through.
So in
Let me
that
just put it
case,
to you this way,
And their,
I'm
That's
their
the law.
devices are the.
I said, they have
Exactly.
bad plans.
There is no reason
They're
for
sure
nobody
the
to
prime
pay
bad
$10.
plans. What's
See, I
bad about
think we
them? I
can
said,
make
I'm not doing work
Comcast
for
a
you.
partner in this. I
But
really
I'm
do. I
just
think
telling
they
you,
would love to
get
do
somebody
the
with
right
those
thing,
plans, 'cause they're
but they
bad.
don't know exactly how to go about that in the community. You need the community to show them, tell them.
I gotta get that.
Expose that.
I think
The
the
kids
kids,
got the devices.
I think the kids and their willingness to learn
I
and
agree.
Yeah,
take
absolutely.
classes.
100%.
They're so excited by it.
Participation, I mean, I
And
got
they have,
kids
okay,
right
so
now,
you know that.
I did
In
like
their plans, they have
10,000
these
books the other day we
chases
gave
drawn
away.
We're like, what are those
I got
chases
kids taking
for?
books
So
to
why
go
do you
through,
want,
read
like,
them, and
almost
they come back and
200
tell me that they read it.
We think
And I'm
you're
giving them
building
gift
up,
cards
we
for
think
reading the
that's what
books.
you're doing. And they're like, oh God, how those bitches know
Yeah,
this.
not
You
again.
know?
Huh? I do, I have a lot.
Okay.
Yep.
Mr. Sinclair.
I also
Well,
give
it's
gift
not
cards
just-
for people to cut
Yeah,
grass in my
yeah,
district.
But it's not just her. I had.
This
this
is
in
our
my
learn,
car,
this
just
is
in
our
case she
learn
was
and
too
play
nervous.
everywhere.
Just in case she wasn't ready.
This is
I
our
had
learn
my
and
car.
play everywhere board right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
There you go.
All these little hot spots
And that's what I like.
downtown become
I told you, I called them
learning,
my witches. and-
project-based learning hubs.
For them to decide what they want.
Very well, if I had my,
That's community owned,
getting too hyped.
not these vacancies
Oh,
of
she
these
is.
other
She's
ownership
If I
people.
had my-
That's community.
what my plan was in the beginning, like
Well, you know,
8 years
she's a
ago.
lot older than
I
people
said,
think
we
she
can get
is.
rid of City Hall, we got $14 million
Some
worth
people
of
think
marble in that
Washington
building.
is
Move City
No,
Hall into the
no.
Auto Towers,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
move the court into the Auto Towers.
Yeah, yeah.
I always
That
think,
becomes
no,
the
no.
beacon
It's on
that
the wall
every
over
kid,
there. It's on the wall over there. That all of what you just described on that page.
She had a
behind the
deep
room.
breath.
everybody,
That's a floor
that would be a
plan.
destination place for everybody to come.
And that would be
We
the
agree.
catalyst.
That's why we can't wait to hear what they got in mind.
And that gets rid of all the maintenance on the AC and everything else, the
Marcia,
elevators.
there's a lot of people who used to go to all
That's why
those
we,
council meetings all around
we
it.
are gonna prevail, regardless of who owns it. I
And
don't
see
think
what they were
ownership
doing,
is
the
the
bring
key.
people,
I
you
think
know,
what
we're doing this over here, why are we doing this over here?
If that isn't a
Yeah, so
community.
those are my
driven-
mentors, Lou
Yeah.
Flack, John Stewart, and Gene Milton was
And-
number one. Number one.
I don't
If we
think
had
they
our
could be
planning
successful.
session,
And lastly,
None
I
of this
went
stuff
to
would
Brenda
be-
Lawrence and Peterson, and they laughed at me. I
and she
said,
would take her, I know, and she pretended she was a
Amtrak
bumbling old
goes
woman.
from Chicago
Yeah,
to
so she
Detroit,
would say whatever she
Chicago
wanted,
to
and then we get
Pontiac twice a
outside,
day.
I said it was
For
pretty good. to you. She
$7.
goes, oh, did you like
I
that?
said,
Let you say
if you
anything.
force everybody who's not working to come
And one
over
time she took off her
to
shoe
Ottawa
and
Towers
started
and
banging
EDU
it on the table.
and
at
had,
playing
and had
community.
spending time in
And
a
in the, I think
classroom,
it was the late sixties or early seventies.
training for another job,
Her father got
they
killed.
asked to be on that
So she
train
came to
and
see
that
the
bus,
council.
and they would
Every
be
week
here
with
in the
great big children's
classroom.
book with
Now,
dog on it,
now
and
I
sit in
can
the front
see
row
Cleared
like
it
this,
out.
reading.
money for them.
Until they pass that dog
Yes.
ordinance.
What's happening in Michigan Center?
Email or something else.
See, that's what we wanna go.
Yeah, she treated myself and Franny Finnegan like her daughters. 'cause she
There's
had
the,
lupus,
that's the floor
and so she
model.
didn't know if
The
it was
top
okay for
floor
your
being
children.
city,
Pontiac City
Oh,
office.
yes.
and then smart bus or RTA.
Pontiac School District and LTU.
No,
LCC.
Smart and RTA, I can never support that.
Okay, well, this is about a collaboration
Yeah, we
about
need to try
like,
and
all
change
of the
their minds.
we gotta elevate above like
See
the
if you can find
organizational
$144,000.
politics.
That was.
I tell you what,
That was the smart
you-
bus.
Because we don't
See
have,
if you
we
can find
have problems with them too.
144,000
At an
annual.
organizational level.
That was done in 2017 for the stock piece, 144,000. I'll tell you where it went. It went for transportation at the Pyrex, but they couldn't use it really because Smart won't transport kids.
That's
I would,
right,
I would,
that's right.
I would support Smart if Smart goes beyond Pontiac, move to White Lake. These homeless people can get off the bus in White Lake.
That's right.
Move the prison out of Pontiac, like I said, and
Quit promoting
redistrict
here
and put
when
it
they're
in
not
White
from
Lake.
here. They quit probation. in
Everything's
here, they're not
going to
here.
White Lake.
Yeah,
Everything-
that's what I have a name for that place.
Everything
but I
stops in
won't say
Pontiac. The bus and train stops in Pontiac. So every week, all the people from Chicago put all the vagrants on there, and they all get to ride here, and they
That's right.
get off.
That's right.
So yeah, move the prison and move the bus stop to White Lake.
We just adopted that bus stop, you know that,
Well, let you know you won't get no support from me until it's out of the
We're
city.
big
right?
transportation
Big transportation,
advocates.
but we would love the city council to look into two things. One, the 144,000 since 2017
I'm gonna
is
find that.
dedicated to Smart Bus that never got,
How
that
much
although
was
had
it?
a line item, look up Televan, you'll see
Okay.
the line item, you'll see the number, and you'll see it disappear.
I got
And
it.
then go over and look at the schedule of payment for the Pyrex, and you'll see 144 going nowhere
What was you looking for?
on the transportation. So that's over $500,000 right now unaccounted for.
You know, the one thing that did come up with the Televan was the people at the Golden Opportunity Club, the private club, were using the Televans and the Smart to go demonstrate at the Capitol.
Uh-huh.
And I remember speaking up on that, and I said, hell no, you can't do that.
So
So that's when they stopped transportation at the
Right.
Bowen Center,
Right.
unless they had a legitimate reason where they were going.
Well, that was 144,000 was supposed to restore that, but it didn't. Even though it's a line item in the budget,
allocation.
it went to Pyrex, I guarantee you. Monica's got it. She's
I got it, I just can't find it right now, but I'll send it to you. I will send it to you if you're,
I'd be glad to follow up on it.
okay.
Did they send the $56,000 in the grant that we developed
We've brought it up so many times.
for Kaboom? Did they send the money back? Did you guys send the money back?
I don't remember seeing it. If it is, it came to some neighborhood park. It might even be allocated to that one.
Well, it came to that park, but they were supposed to send it back. Remember, that's what was determined.
What was it?
That was going to end, that's $56,000. We'd like to find out what it needed.
What happened to that?
Otherwise, we have to contact Kaboom and find
Right
out.
now, because of the marijuana, Bob One has 2 places, Tim Shepherd has 2, and the Burgers got the last one. I know exactly who got it. Now, if they got it, I have a problem. Because you can't, I believe a marijuana university is a high-scale school. then you can't have a school within 1,500 feet. Then Pastor Clark can't have the daycare over here on Mill Street.
You can't charge.
The Persevere can't have the Hispanic outreach.
That's why the
daycare.
drums were there.
The drum say,
Oh my God,
not,
please don't
the
start
drums,
talking
you
about
know
the
why the
drums.
drums-
You know
there.
we're part of that got, no,
That's
we
our
were not
grant.
part of the
You
grant.
know that's our
The
grant.
drums, we were not the drums, we were the
not
shipping
drums, We were the
container.
shipping container.
It was supposed to be a shipping
I'm just
container.
letting you know.
not to be climbed on.
Low to moderate income.
Right.
That's a risk problem.
Shipping container?
Low to
No,
moderate
the
Well,
drum
that's
says
not fair.
not to be
Yeah,
climbed
yeah.
on.
Exactly.
That we had nothing to do with that, she distorted our grant, she took it over.
Okay?
That was our grant.
We had a
That's
relationship
why we
with
put so
Kaboom.
much money.
Kaboom,
You don't
Yeah.
tell who is, you know what I'm
Kaboom
saying?
runs two different
Oh, I make
programs.
25,
One is they do
That's mine.
playground.
$1,000 a year.
They do playground, so they'll do, like out in your
I don't
park,
do a
like
cell
Murphy
phone.
Park, they'll do a playground there. That's
Okay.
one
I
program.
have both of them down
Then
there,
they
city
do
number,
one
cell phone number.
Yeah,
It's
goes-
called
they both go
Play
to my cell phone,
Everywhere,
but one
and
of
that's
them
for
I answer when you're in
downtown
the
area.
One
How
goes
much
through
money
city.
And
do they
that's
have left
like,
over?
And when you
you
try
know,
some things through city.
Tearing
little
down,
It takes a
installations
circuit street.
that are inviting for kids, but also
So
for
you're better
anybody,
off
for
sending it to
community
the
members
see it
too.
right away.
So you activate like a little pocket park.
Or
like
if you
that,
want it to be
well, it's
official,
not parking
we'll
in
send it
front
to
of
both and not get it right away.
But, that's what it was for. And the mayor took it over as something that she was gonna do a pond with all the marijuana people.
Well, if that's the case, then the marijuana university right there is within 1,500 feet, which would be beyond the courthouse. That means nobody can have anything down here because that's an EDU. That means that Pastor Clark at the daycare behind the library means nothing can be on Mill Street. And they persevere with the Hispanic outreach over there with the preschool through 8th graduation over there cannot be on Wayne Street. Because, I mean, anything on Wayne Street would be within 1,500 feet.
Right.
So it can't be no marijuana, anything downtown. It's a violation of the state order.
Wow.
Well, there you go. Good. Cause I don't have anything against whomever wants to come here, but if it means you're excluding kids and families from the downtown permanently, that is insane.
We didn't write the
Oh,
ordinance. The
where?
ordinance was cut and paste out of Lansing and East Lansing. And the reason
Oh,
I
don't
know,
who's got
I
the
did an
website for
OCR
that.
on it.
Uh-huh.
And when I
the
did it,
Washington one, that's
they used
mine.
whiteout and covered it up,
Maybe you saw
idiots,
that one.
instead of doing retract.
Oh, you should go
The,
buy some letter.
OCR shows you
Explains
read
the
through the
whole
whiteout on
thing.
the
So you
paper.
make sure it's a paper petition, not an online.
So I'm looking where Lansing was, Lansing, East Lansing was on the marijuana one. And the people that wrote the job for Pontiac went defunct. And I went to Jocelyn Benson on it and she wouldn't do nothing because they didn't pay the campaign finances when they filed it in Pontiac. They were located on North Pine Street over in Lansing.
You were speaking of ordinances, state ordinances, and what they said. Let me tell you something. Because I wondered why I had so many liquor, packaged liquor stores
Yeah.
in my district, and next to Wilson School and Georgia's Police Market. You know, that never should have been. Then you had a church right across the street,
Right.
okay? That never should have been.
Unbelievable.
You know, and so, you know, but when you have an aware citizenry to know, and that's the whole thing then, that's what they think. They think that they will put these things and people don't say anything about it. You know, a law is only good as well as it's informed or informed.
Right.
Absolutely.
And if you want to know, I would tell you how George got the license, because I know. As we went to Wilson School and they demoed it, George wanted a liquor license so he could do Saturday and Sunday. He couldn't do it because of the church across the street. Now Gallium, the guy that lived on Jesse Street, never had enough money to put a roof on his church. George put a roof on his church. George owns the school and the Galatian church and the one that belonged to Martin. That used to be the little blue church down by Eric Johnson's house.
Yeah.
George made all of them whole and he was the landowner. George was able to get the liquor license and then let the churches come build up. All three of them.
George is a smart guy. George threw it around.
No, money, that's what, but see, but that's what money does.
And you know who my neighbor was on Wilson Street?
Who's that?
Birdie. That was George's sister.
Oh, Birdie, I remember Birdie, yeah.
Okay.
But see, but again, I had to go to the school district. I say, how in the heck y'all gonna have a bus stop at George's store at the court? These people, he opens up at 6 so people can get their liquor, right? You got the school bus there the kids standing there.
Standing line.
You know, and nobody monitoring that, you know?
Wow.
No, you know, it just, and I think the more those instances is gonna be arising now. And
Sure.
we just gotta have you know, and I'm not trying to drive
An
away
informed
business.
citizen.
Right.
But here, you know, consider another option.
Yeah.
Here go a few,
Right.
okay?
Yep.
You know, but you're not gonna have it your way. And as far as those people who are not paying taxes, that's spread out on everybody else to make up for that.
Sure.
Somebody gotta say pimping ain't easy.
Yeah. And you-
And then that's another thing too. It's like the mere fact that when when you talking about people with money, they go out to that tax sale, okay, and these landlords, they just milk them for the next 3 years. They don't pay
Okay,
nothing.
actually-
And they are
Actually-
not checking. They
Actually,
say
it
they
gets
are,
worse.
they're
It gets
not.
worse than that, because right now somebody who wants to buy a house is paying somebody to go out to the county, and they go out there and bid on a house and win it. The problem is, are the same people that come in front of city council going, "Can you waive my?" No, I can't waive your property tax after. They told you at the county. No, they couldn't tell you because you weren't there for the sale.
You know what they're not doing? They think they're doing it, but they're not.
So if they pay all their
And they're
money in
not
45
checking to
days,
see if they have
it goes back
violations
on
on
tax
other
sale.
properties, because you are not allowed to bid at the county if you have violations. Oh, we checked, Mike Wilson says, no, you don't.
Right. And
I got
then-
a whole list of LLCs and who owns what, and it's not pretty either, and they just keep,
Yeah, recycling, they
What I
gotta
got
stop,
upset
you know,
about
this
is they
recycling
block
of land.
everybody.
they don't register their tenants,
And don't
so we miss out on city income tax.
false alarm or something. It wasn't their fault. It was
That
just
should be
doing.
Right.
These
doing
are
hot
the people
fix.
and got Elam them says you can't bid on any job because you made an agreement with the IRS.
Yeah. That's my only problem with Mike. And I wanted to ask him, but he never would show up to.
Well, we got a new one now,
No,
July.
he's
Oh,
gonna be,
yeah?
he's gonna be there till the 1st of July, so all these deals are gonna go through blindsided.
Yeah,
Everything going sideways.
because he shut everybody down in Pontiac.
I'm gonna
that
retire
That had a lot or a house.
Well, Monica, nice seeing you again.
It was nice to see you, Randy.
So I'll come back again so I can squeeze the
Are you
Sherman.
going home now, or where'd you join?
Oh God. Okay, what do you think about, Robert, maybe like a standing meeting we were talking about, or like a series of some kind?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that.
Do like a policy out.
I would like to get, someone, I had some, but I don't know where they at, and you probably have a few, but, some city maps,
Uh-huh.
so we can kind of visualize what's going on when something, when a random, or somebody brings some
District map.
information, we'll know what's going on in this area,
Uh-huh.
Right.
what need to be, you know.
Now, I attended Kegel Harbor and Silver Lake and Orchard Lake. I attend their council meetings like every month.
I got it on the digitally too. Sorry,
What-
Randy.
Oh, no problem.
You,
Look,
I just
what
wanna
they
just
did-
post one, you know, we just.
What they
post
do,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that,
they
just post it,
they use Google Earth in the council meeting.
okay.
And everybody has a copy, and they zoom right in on it and says, this is the house,
Okay.
and this is
We
when
need
we go
more
in the
detail
plan.
than this.
No, that's good, cause we can always put stickies on it, you know.
I got it here too.
Yeah.
Yep.
This
Just
was
have-
our
just
smart.
have it in the room
This
when we
was our
need to
smart
get in.
planning board.
And,
Yep, that's the same one I've been using.
yeah, that's a good one, yeah, that's good. Now, when y'all gonna change when will y'all be redistricting?
Because the county can't do it because the state hasn't okayed the census.
Okay. I think that'll be a good time to be ready to put, and have representatives from each of those areas.
I did ask Wade and Trim to go back and go back and reconfigure it. If you received the one for the sidewalk repair from Wade Trim, they went through it and it gave me about 400 extra people in my district.
Oh, really?
Because instead of me stopping at on Johnson at 4th and 3rd, they gave me 2nd, 1st, all the way down to Arlene.
You know, the new engineer thinks my whole district, you know, the Seminole Hills, Ottawa Hills, and Indian Village, he thinks it's all called Indian Village. He says, oh yes, your
See,
district
we
is
can-
blocked
we
right
can-
now. I said, no, just this edge of Indian Village and this edge over here by like Liberty Street. This all over here, not. oh, but it's all Indian Village. No, sir. No, it's
All of the
not.
areas, just for instance, all of your border
This is old,
areas,
it needs to be
Yeah.
updated. I know
you know, they're salivating on. All your lake areas, they're salivating on.
They want that lakeside so bad, and I'm not
All
giving
of
it to 'em.
anywhere
Because
people
it blocks
walk,
off the
okay?
residents'
You can
access.
see what's happening over here at
Middleman, and I keep
Milldown.
myself
You go on
people
one
my age,
side
others
of
going
Connect,
older.
those streets over
That's
here,
where they grow
they're
up
building,
going,
you see the
not
house
roads.
they're building over there?
That's right.
Yeah, yeah,
She's trying to
yeah,
pull.
they're over
See,
here.
if you don't
they're-
claim
yeah.
your easement.
The problem over here
or use your
is
riparian
that nobody
rights
wants
for
to challenge, and I've been
11
raising up,
years,
but
they say,
because
oh,
it's in
okay,
her
You
district,
didn't do anything.
she doesn't wanna talk about it. I said,
And then
you
I
can't
don't know how
own
they
all
include it.
four
I don't know
sides
that
of the
it
lake.
applies
No,
to
you
the
can't,
public.
you can't.
But she's doing
Well, they
something
doing
of
it.
that sort. I
I
don't
know.
know.
And Galloway, where,
See how she got
Galloway
married
up
at all?
they, Galloway right here, they took the boat dock off.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, but he didn't boat dock off, he just made it private, because they're doing the streets to go into it.
No.
So they're gonna park in,
No.
they're parked where the county built that way station at.
Right,
Okay.
that was the Obama money.
Okay, so there's no way to access that lake?
Access over here.
It is, that's what I'm trying to tell
Yeah, no.
Gloria, she need to put a boat dock
She
back
need to
there.
put it, right.
Need to put one over the
They need to
lakeside.
put it next to, right.
That's why I'm fighting to keep mine over there.
Okay, all right.
I deal with mine every week.
Yeah, the citizens did, yeah, we gotta, yeah.
If you don't put a public boat dock on your lakes, then the lakes become private.
Yeah, and you know, mine, and this isn't mine, this Patrice's, I guess it is my side, actually. The boat dock was supposed to be in that budget
about
last year, the
lakeside?
improvements.
I'm
No,
sorry.
for Bodette. I don't see
Oh.
anything.
No, that's a public access, that's a heck of a word.
Uh-huh.
Public access is just what it is.
Especially for
Okay?
something that's navigatable water.
Oh, I already know about Lakeside, you're preaching to the choir here.
Yeah, public
But I'm talking
access.
about, I didn't see
You know-
anything done, and is that in the budget again, and where did that money go? Should I tell DNR, because they can, the water, hey, the park, but the water. But the city went there last year, was it last year or the year before, and they tore it up.
Where's Hawthorne at? Is this
And one of my
Hawthorne over
residents said,
here?
what are you doing? Who told you to
Randy,
do that?
huh?
The
Is this
city.
Hawthorne?
They didn't get permission from DNR.
Let's see,
I thought it's up in the purple area.
up here,
Yep, that's how I thought.
okay,
That's Craigor, okay, here we go right here. This is Craigor Lake,
okay,
that's Upper Silver,
okay.
and part of Lower Silver.
All
three
of this property is in jeopardy, okay? They want the
Yep.
lake, okay? They want the lake, where the school was. Where was the school? Right
Nope,
here?
nope, the school is here,
Yeah.
that corner right
See,
there.
the planning, now, who's planning the plan, okay?
Well, this is where,
The mayor
Did
said-
they have,
Yeah.
I actually
senior
like our
home?
plan of it.
No, that's on, yeah, but that's on this side.
Right,
That's
but they-
over here.
So,
that was on the school district property.
yeah, I thought it was up in here somewhere.
That's Lynette.
It's on the other side.
She's okay.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
talking
that's
about.
it? Yes.
I was talking
Okay,
about, yeah.
that's where they were gonna put the senior building?
And it fell through. And that's why, there's some builders over there now that I have to contact the FBI, because I don't know who in the hell they are, who's operating over there, but understand the school district might have sold that property
Yeah, you got it.
for $1
Yeah, got it.
and gave it to
I had
Pontiac.
people that weren't allowed to come to my meeting,
Okay.
yes.
But like I said, this is a public lake.
I know.
When I got word of it, it was.
Okay, Robert, here's another one.
With us, not,
I wanna know about.
Okay, Arlene Street, behind
the
the high school.
And Jim's got,
Yeah.
You know where the
I've
barricade
got
is? for the
10
football?
years,
That's
he's
a
got
fine
30
record.
years.
I understand from
He was
last
the
month.
Pyrex.
The school
He's got
gave,
30
the
years
school
of
gave all the rights to that
education,
property away.
multiple grants, and
which
he was
goes
the
all the way over
chairman
to the
of
Union Hall.
Advisory board. Kermit
Reconstruction.
voted Jim on the
Okay.
advisory
No.
committee for the
high school.
Pyrex.
Oh,
And,
so
uh,
she nominated
She
him.
nominated
I
him
know what
chair.
you're talking about.
And then we went
All
down
the,
to
all
Pyrex
the wooded
and
area,
said,
the one that goes
"How
up
about
to
you-
Walden
you can't
Boulevard.
be here."
I heard they gave it
We
away.
got asked to leave.
Well, tell me, tell me about this one.
I'm just like this, just let me make it through the election.
She's
and,
so bad.
I know.
God, she's terrible.
Put that in.
Water over there
I know.
and Canada.
I just don't understand how she, I mean, it's so funny that it's a small town, I mean,
When I talk to her,
getting away
if I have to talk to her about a certain issue, she'll try and steer me to some other issue. Like, no, Mayor.
She's an authoritarian, it's like attacking
You have not,
the
you
distracting.
have not given the council the information
check it out.
Okay.
You're not gonna
So,
see
I'll
anything
do
on
that.
this
I'll start
agenda,
it.
even if they like
Let me
it.
give you my number.
You didn't give them.
Somebody
any
over there,
information on this.
because
Let's
where
put it on
Canterbury
Facebook.
is,
Let's put it on
all the
the
way
agenda.
over to where the Trussell is. There was
No.
a same street.
You never retired.
Yeah, you
Somebody
guys are
is
all
draining the
doing a
lake
great
on one
job
side,
of,
and the mill dam is shut off.
restraining her.
No
but
water's
she's-
coming out the mill
I
dam.
mean, there's so many little things that she just.
So I
mean,
told
just
Max,
our
give me a
little
call. I said,
140,000
we're
a
Franklin
year,
living
which
at,
is now
all these
half a
properties are
million.
flood.
It's been allocated since 2017 for smart bus, connector buses.
And the golf course came on them left. And I went, yes. That's why every house has two sump pumps in it.
When he called me,
We can just
I
keep
told
this
him, I said,
appointment
"Baby,
on
told
hold.
us about it."
Because there's
I
got to
don't
be
need
Because-
coffee. Can you imagine me on
And-
coffee?
Because the home control lake level
I do
is
not
up.
drink any caffeine.
So right now,
What?
over by Chris' house,
Just like I did.
somebody's running the bulldozer.
Yeah.
They use out on the Home Depot.
Electrified.
They're pulling out the
highway.
road to the other side of where the lake
I'll
is.
never forget.
I know they got a road back there, and that's where they were.
No, the one on Orchard Lake.
Uh,
Orchard Lake.
Yeah, I know you talking about Orchard Lake, but back there also,
Why?
Yeah.
I said, cause I wanna, he said, Doug got
back
that
down,
down there.
back.
Right, because-
Got a
You
road
must
that
have,
goes out.
tell me something. You-
Right.
tell-
Yeah, that's
Go back to the drawing board.
You know what I
And
hear?
city block up in the dark, right, like the one behind the high school. And,
We don't need to go back
and
to
Columbia
Shot
and
Town.
Arlene.
And then I hear Clarence
They did
going,
the same thing
"Damn
in
it, it's the
Murphy
people's
Park.
meeting." And then I hear Charlie
This is
Charlie
Green
Harrison
Road.
go, that
I
don't
used to
make
take
no
Osmond
sense, that
all
don't
the
even
way
make
to Oakland.
nonsense.
And they-
And I start laughing and I have to mute myself because I'm that old.
Yeah, well,
I'm
I
not
went
as
back
old as you
there,
are, but I'm not too far
they had
behind.
Oh, it's gonna get even
back
better.
But I just hear, I just hear
Which is
these
the
little
reason I
statements, you know.
this is the
oh,
reason I don't, I
oh,
won't vacate the
what?
project.
Yeah.
Because you need the sewers over there to take up the extra
Remember the
cost.
8-second dog?
Yeah,
Remember that you come?
well, my dad said, don't tell your grandmother to suck eggs.
You're right.
And I find myself saying that on a daily basis when I'm talking about these kids that are on the internet. Because they have the nerve to come to me and tell me what a great job I'm
Right,
doing.
because there's
Then
nobody
they
over
ask me
there.
questions
I
about saying,
monitor
but you're running
mine
against
and
me.
Hawthorne
And the reason
and
for that is.
Upper Lower Silver
What?
every week.
So
I get my
I
readings
walk
for
away
what the
and
lake
say,
levels
I'm
are.
not, you know,
To keep from anybody
I'll
possibly
teach your
being
grandmother
invaded.
how to suck eggs.
Well, but on your side of town, nobody saying that. Yeah, the mill dam shut off.
I never knew
There's no water coming to the mill dam.
Yeah.
The dam is shut off.
I'm not what I am here. I'm always civil when I'm down there. I do not raise my voice. I do not do personal.
We said the voice of reason,
attacks.
it's our letter, put a face to the voice of reason.
Yeah, well, then now you know, Chris. I'm gonna post a video of myself riding my unicycle for
Because the
entertainment.
water from the mill dam has there are three creeks that go from the mill
I
dam
broke my neck.
Oh, I've
over
been riding my
to
little
Crystal
bike.
Lake.
But I think I want
Be
to.
careful.
I got
I'm
my
just
third,
retired.
my sixth brother, but it's been.
Sorry about that. Really? But I've been trying to tell them
I
about it.
don't, you know.
When everybody goes in this council
I'm
district, they
just
get the
doing
last
mental
say.
stuff now.
How old were you then?
I mean, you gotta do something to benefit the people of Pontiac. And if you don't see it,
Wow. That's what you do with that.
I know. Grandkids, you know.
They were trying to sell that.
You know, they get, yeah, you do it right.
Used to be a park.
But I'm gonna say along, you got my number,
Me and this
okay, and I'd like to hold it down and see if we can,
yeah, good deal.
you know, put up something that says
Good.
good.
It's gonna work.
This is great.
All these unleft things
I said,
undone.
well, they already.
Not even the council knows or have an idea.
Soil, so.
I think this
And I
could
said, you
be,
need to check into it, and see what the soil sites is. After that, you're gonna tell us nothing.
Well, you just tell everybody they should vote for me.
I'll have
Because if I am not here, I am not sure what will happen. Seriously. Because
Okay.
steady on force.
you have to have people who understand how things work. And I'm not as ancient as them. I'm not. But I've been around for over 24 years.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
They don't,
And plus, you got zeal, okay?
I got something right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know, I was at a meeting the other day and they're looking at me like, wow,
Yes.
because I don't look at a piece of paper, I just go.
I have all the ones
And they
for the
stop
state
me
of
asking a
Michigan,
question, I answer the question, I keep
for
going.
all
like,
the property,
holy, who is this lady?
especially the one
And you
that's
know,
that's
and the
in my
most important
district,
thing is my dad.
in my
You
landfill,
among the people.
and I got it for
it's
all the
another thing,
people
I am
who are in
I went to
violation.
school all the way through here,
You among
and
the
those
people.
people
I
at the
try to
mill
share
end,
with
if they're
them,
gonna
but
close it down,
if
oh,
they
I
got-
go to
they
their
got
car,
interested,
who's your father?
Party
Who's your
land.
grandfather, who's your auntie, who's your uncle?
I had to notify
Oh, I
all of
know
our
them.
people over here
But they think, and I'm just gonna put it to you, they think I'm a
state
newbie
Michigan.
bougie white woman.
No,
And
no,
I'm not.
No, you don't, but, you know, you don't, but
Yeah,
that's
that's the reason, that's the reason.
No, but that, well, of course, that's from here, but they don't know that, these young ones, they're like, oh, it's just so.
Well, you know where
Oh, I
the
told them I want a
is.
public piano at Bogat, and they go, you know, that
The
would be pretty
street
good.
between
I said, you just
Providence
buy,
Church.
get one, make it for
It's
free,
called this-
you paint it no damn real garish, nobody steal it, and if they do, so what?
Came
Put it
up
on
last year.
wheels, you wheel it in the bathroom.
They were
No,
on the
what are they
road up to
going
traffic
to
to get to,
Right on that side,
Franklin.
yeah.
Pavilion.
You go
They
anywhere.
got a pavilion.
See, the old and new church,
Right there,
that's the street.
and I said, if you put a piano there, I will never leave the
All
whole
the
morning.
property back there, the cabinet, used to be done in house.
Trust me, you don't find too many piano
Might
movers
wanna
trying to move.
bring that up.
You just put it on wheels.
She can slow the boat, sir.
I'd like them to be
What you
everywhere.
do
I
is
know
gonna
they
be lakefront
experimented a
property.
little bit downtown here, but, you know, in other cities, they have them
Close it.
everywhere, and that would be
So are they
great.
having a festival down here or something?
Yeah, concert.
He was going to
Nobody
do
gonna-
concerts in
Nobody
Detroit,
don't know anything.
Okay.
and they flipped on him.
There's a,
You know, he
there
did,
are
well, he
48
didn't,
bells
Duggan
and
didn't
Orchard
go along
Lake
with
and
Congress.
Okay.
So he'd already
Stick it up
pitched
to the ground.
and
That's
set it up
all.
to do 8
the other
concerts
one
in
is
3
behind the Bowen Center at the
I
dam.
have-
There's a
I
dam
have-
behind
Does anybody
there.
have a schedule with
And the other one is the
That's a good question.
Just let me get
I
one
don't
thing in
know,
here.
but I will get one and get it.
I have his phone number, okay, but
WRC is both.
could you do me this favor and pass on his
Yeah.
message?
Yeah.
The residents of the southwest side and the west side would like him to rotate their speakers on 80 degrees, please.
180.
No, just 80, just 80.
From the south side to the,
Instead of, it's facing to the south and the west right now, the way he's got it situated, and they're all complaining. District 1 residents,
He
District
called
2
me back,
residents.
so you wanna go
What I'm gonna do about these?
Just
north or south?
I said, who house flooded?
right into the
Oh,
people's
you
feet.
can write
He
it
gets
in
the
the-
number.
Yes, sir. Or you can turn around.
You mean it's just rolling out the
Next
wall?
Yes, or you can play
Next
some
call, my
downtown
wife,
if you like, and they can play.
but he would not call me back.
Most of the music we don't mind, you know, there's
Our
a
little buddy
level
over there,
music, but some
just
acts turn it
never
up
calls.
randomly on drumming and stuff,
Yeah.
and then all the residents are like, holy cow.
So,
Okay.
ain't what nothing is. Ain't
I
nothing
need a
to
couple
solve.
more of these.
The city made negotiations.
Yeah,
and
it's
gave
when
up
you
to
should
people
play.
in golf course.
I'll make it, I'll
We
make a
got
suggestion.
more.
No, right, Megan?
What?
The people on the golf course in Crystal Lake do not have access
Well,
to
I
the
need a
lake.
card too.
So that's gonna be.
Well, somebody owns
that's gonna
property
be
all the way
summer-
around.
Kind of a
Yeah.
summer festival thing?
Yeah,
I mean,
well, I
Tracy's
think
at.
he's got about
And
another,
if she act like she don't know
Month.
it, by Rolling Street.
then he'll,
Yeah,
and
them
then
people
he'll be
cannot
done.
get on that
But
lane.
he may have, I think that was his original intention, but he may be getting more input now.
Well, see, you mentioned
I
something.
haven't been over to that area.
What is it, you know what I'm saying, these are resources.
I just know she wants to give away that.
You know,
You know,
Carolina,
people
you know,
all
and
the
then
way
get,
around.
you know,
Well, he's trying to
You know
get
who
ready
we
to
go
do
for?
something at the
What's that
end.
guy's name?
Kim
Yeah.
Travis.
But
Is this supposed to be
that's,
for me?
that's,
Somebody
at
asked
least
me,
10
I
million
forget what
away.
maybe Megan did.
10
What?
million.
Did you ask for a card?
Yep,
Somebody did.
Yeah, you can get one.
Yep, yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're there. They got it.
You see the restaurant.
Well, Monica, anything you wanna send me, go ahead and send it. I will respond.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
You got me on the spot, but I'm sure I have a lot, but.
I got him.
I'm trying to find those smart documents for you. I'm gonna send them to you when I get them.
I don't have to sell.
Okay, I'd like to see that, and I'd like to
Well,
see,
I do slow signals.
I'd like to see our boat docks
Okay.
on all our lakes.
Both
Did you
jobs.
get enough information?
Because public puts out the money on
That
that.
should be, so
You
that
get,
should
you
be
get two presidents,
infrastructure.
one former, and then.
I'm sorry.
And Mr.
Yep,
Cass.
that's my word, yep.
Okay, thanks.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Auburn Hills is right now, the corner of, Auburn and Updike, where the log cabin restaurant used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that is now, that's gonna be the Zula
Really?
for Auburn Hills. All the canals, they opened that canal up all the way through downtown, and now they can launch their canoes there. And,
Really?
and,
Wow.
and go all the way to
Stony Creek.
Rochester.
Really?
While on Pontiac, we got ours blocked off.
Can't
On the
do
other
it
side.
down.
I did that in a canoe from there to going back in my
Why is it blocked off at Pontiac?
I got your sticky note right
Because it
here.
goes through
Oh, God.
the center, it comes through and it comes underneath here.
Right.
Yeah, but there's
circles around, and it's encased, it's entombed.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah.
it's not natural. The only time it's natural is when it hit from South Martin Luther King, and it start hitting into the waterworks,
Right.
and then come out on the other side.
That's still
Yeah.
open, is that still open under Hay Jones? It was open, but when it
Yeah, where it comes along there.
It's dry now.
It's kind of sad because when
That's-
Pontiac was
that's
a
where- that's where Cooley's,
lumber,
that Cooley,
that was the river that brought the lumber through.
Sam McCool.
Okay,
Yeah, Sam McCool had the island over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
McQueen.
Arlene
McQueen.
and I can't remember the streets. Laura McNeil, Arlene, and I can't remember the other street. But Sam McCool owned the junkyard.
Yeah, that's the way it came down there.
Right.
Got my McQueen.
Yeah.
No. No, McCool.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah, he hauled paper, paper and cardboard.
yeah,
Okay, became a millionaire.
yes indeed. And thank you, the gentleman.
All right.
All right, good
Okay,
Thank you for the
bye,
opportunity.
everyone.
Thanks so much.
Bye,
Hey, Monica, I do have a little assignment for you.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Yeah, if you can pull your Google map up
Uh-huh.
and find out where Norton Street is.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You mean the city council meeting?
No.
No, Google. Norton?
It's,
Yeah.
it's over right
Yeah,
there.
We'll be
somewhere.
talking tomorrow.
We'll be talking tomorrow.
There's all this will process, we'll all be
What's
talking
that?
tomorrow. This will all
No,
process
yeah.
this morning,
Smaller.
where we're going, damn,
And
you
figure
know what
out,
we gotta do?
and their next
13.
meeting. Our next,
Here, come on,
we're doing a series of some kind, right?
I'll
We'll
be
figure all that out.
It's where
We
Punny
can't let this all go away. This is so awesome.
Monica,
I wanna use it.
This is so good.
Monica, right here.
Okay.
Okay, go to your satellite.
That's right.
Go, yeah,
That's right.
go to your satellite
Sorry.
terrain.
Where'd you say?
Your satellite terrain. You got the 3 dots up there?
Yeah.
Gotta find it again.
Yeah. It's right here. But if you can find your satellite,
Yeah.
okay,
Norton Street. There we go.
okay,
Hey, Everett.
okay. It's right here. That's
Okay.
it, right there.
Okay.
Okay, that looks like the train. It's-
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, this right here is a canal. This is where it enclosed in concrete. So,
Oh, really?
yes. So if you go back again, flip it back to where you see the water at. I mean, the other street view.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. You can take this idea. Okay, start here and pull it down. Pull your map down. All the way down. All the way down. This right here is 16 feet by 10 feet. It's a canal.
Wow.
Let it fill with water, and then you got a place where your canoes could go all the way over to the lake.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
You seeing it?
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. That's.
We should be introducing
Because-
that.
I need to take a snip of that.
We should be introducing that as
Right,
a.
and
Well, that's your idea. We don't take ideas here. We just make sure they get
I give it freely. Okay, pull the map down. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
slide it out some more. More. Okay, here's Osmond Lake.
Right.
Now you get to go from here, where the railroad track is. It actually goes underground and goes all the way over here to Osmond Lake.
Wow.
Wow. That's something to do. That is valuable.
It's already built. It's made to collect rainwater.
Huh.
But if we fill it up naturally,
Yeah, exactly.
Then,
It'll
um,
stay filled up because you got a lake tied to it.
exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
It's just his little.
He's like, with
little
that,
chunk
I'm out of
change he
here.
just threw out there. His little chunk change.
Little chunk- yeah.
Basically.
We need Randy in the incubator more often.
Yeah.
But that's what I would do, and that would make all that property along Cass worth a lot of money.
So that would be a neighborhood improvement. There's probably some dollars to the federal government.
Right. And the good thing
Because it's
is,
gonna improve the productivity of the.
we can use for a lot of things. One, we can control the level, and at the winter time, it'll be the ideal place to dump snow.
Oh, the idea of the dump snow.
There you go, I got it mapped, and I'm
Right,
putting it in
absolutely.
our thing.
Yep.
Wow.
So,
All right, so we're on it.
Yeah, we're on it.
We want the boat docks replaced at all the lakes, to open it back up, and then we can get the canals. And that way you don't have to dig up the Clinton River because it's buried 50 feet below ground.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
50
that's,
feet, it's 50 feet below ground.
Yes.
Wow.
But if you go on Norton Street, which is on the other side of Huron, you can start right there and then canoe all the way over to see the Chavez.
wow.
I
That
think we
is
have to put that
amazing.
into some kind
All right, thank you very much.
some kind of productive community restoration. Call it something that sounds restorative.
Like nature restoration.
Restorative.
But you also have the advantage that because of the rainwater has no place else to go. Then I would redirect the rainwater naturally to go back and fill those holes.
Sure.
Wow.
So if you go over to Sanderson Street and Norton and park on the street and look down there, it's bone dry.
All right. We'll go look at it. We'll go look and get some pictures. Yeah,
But it's the same way it goes through downtown and across the cat
Wow.
by the cemetery.
Wow. It's bone dry.
Yes. You got plenty of rainwater, plenty of snow to go through and replenish it.
Wow.
And then you only need to have a drain on it that if the water got so high, then naturally let it overflow.
Sure.
And it'll self-level itself.
Damn engineers.
Right.